We're live at 5. Can you believe it? We're here again, live at 5. Your friend, Deborah, Lisa Cujino Deras. Southwest Airlines just informed me that my first name is Deborah Lisa. I'm like, oh, I thought that was my middle name. They're like, not according to us. So let me reintroduce myself. I am Deborah Lisa Cujino Deras. I'm taking back my Cujino power in honor of my dad and the legacy that is my dad. I got to represent for the Colombian Cujino name. All right. Where are my Cujinos out there in Colombia? Bogota, Cali, Cartagena. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to another wonderful day of day 4. Day 4 and our Overcoming Burnout Challenge. How you feeling? How are you feeling? We are here in my living room to release your stress. That you put your burden on my table. It's not really my table. It's a Zoom thing, StreamYard thing. But metaphorically, you're here to put your stress, your anxiety, your worries, your concerns on the metaphorical table so that you leave here from the stream feeling higher vibration, feeling elevated, feeling ignited about your goals, vision, and dreams, feeling that you have more capacity, that the recycle bin of your mind has been emptied so that you can receive all of your insights, your intuitive guidance, your divine downloads, so that you can be your very best. So, welcome. I'm Deborah Deras. I never even introduced myself. Well, I did. I said Deborah Lisa Deras. Okay. So make sure you introduce yourself. Tell me your name in the chat, where you're streaming in from. We have people on Facebook, LinkedIn, 2 YouTubes. And if I was a social media goddess like I used to be, we would be streaming on Instagram. But we'll put it on Instagram later, put on TikTok. I have now gotten on Blue Sky. You guys know Blue Sky. I'm D. Cujino Deras at Blue Sky. If you're on the Blue Sky, skies, fly with me and have blue skies. Okay, so before we get started today, let's just recap what we have been covering, shall we? Let's recap what we've been covering. So I know I'm getting into professor mode, but guess what? I'm a professor. So I get into professor mode where we review, you know what's going to be on the test. No, I'm just kidding. There is no test. You know what it is, though? I want to make sure that you have what you need. Oh, that is so cool. I could have preloaded something to be able to share with you. Yesterday it was letting me. Oh, okay. I just have to click share screen. I'm good. Okay. So what were we talking about? So we have been talking about overcoming burnout, to let go of stress. We've been talking about in our career, in our health, in our relationships and finances. Today we were going to talk about relationships. Tomorrow, talk about financial stress. And I just want to check in with you. Just let me know how you're feeling right now. Where are you at? Is your level of stress 5, where you're feeling like, oh, I'm still in the office. I still got a whole list of things on my to-do list. And sometimes it can feel daunting that our to-do list is never finished, right? I remember when I was early in my recovery from adrenaline addiction. Those of you that know me know I'm a co-author of a book, Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict, which, by the way, if you sign up for this challenge, you can get a copy of that book included in your VIP bonuses. I'm giving away, I'm not giving away, but I'm giving you super discount of the book, my Realign for Success journal, the audios, videos, and transcripts of every single day, plus little clips, just as little reminders for you to stay synergized. If you want to get that, make sure you're signed up at overcomingburnoutchallenge.com, or you can always just DM me. You know where to find me on all the different platforms. All right. So when we think about stress, we have to remember that, we are in control of where we focus our attention. And even though our body's natural instinct is to go into fight or flight or freeze, we can take the positive stress and the negative stress and reframe it, because we cannot afford to be stressed, and really use the power of our mind. So the first chapter in the book, Confessions, I talk about the power of choice and how we choose how we respond to circumstances. And one of the powerful things that we can do is we can visualize our ideal situation, which we talked about on Tuesday. So because the brain doesn't know the difference between actualization, reality, and a visualization, this is why if you've ever read any book on mindset and they talk about peak performance athletes like Olympians, not only do they practice, like Michael Phelps would always get in the pool and swim, but he'd also with his coach do visualization to see himself getting that perfect stroke, doing the perfect turn, etc. But we can do that or not do that. As warriors, we visualize our worst case scenario. As warriors, we visualize our best case scenario. And that's what we've been doing the last couple of days. When we talk about the different pillars in our life, there are physical pillars, emotional pillars, mental, spiritual, and financial. And what I did with this awesome journal, I want to make sure that you're seeing what I am seeing. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing and then reshare just to make sure. Quality control. Yes, there you go. So this journal that I created it because I was out of alignment, right? I had just gone through a breakup and I just was off track in many, many areas of my life, almost all of them. And I just needed to get back on track. And what I realized, I don't know if you can read this, but basically what it says is that a plane, when it's flying in the sky, is off track 90% of the time due to turbulence, weather conditions. It just recalibrates back on track, back on track. Have you ever seen the Waymo self-driving vehicles? They're like through the power of AI, redirecting themselves back on track, just through robotics, right? But we can do that. We can get back on track, but we need a system. So one of the things I created for myself, which by the way, I am using every day, is I did an assessment in my life of where I was the most out of balance: spiritual, emotional, mental, physical. And you can let me know if you're, interested in this. I'll let you access it with the VIP. I did an assessment and I was like, okay, I'm really out of balance here. I'm really out of balance there. But one of the things I know as a spiritual practitioner is if you align your spiritual, everything else falls into place, right? So I started working on my spiritual and my physical. And let me show you what I did. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Just want to make sure that you're with me. So I said, well, what are the spiritual practices that I can do on a daily basis that will get me in alignment to achieve my goals and dreams? Because if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not in creativity, right? You're not in innovation. You're in burnout. And burnout is not the place for creativity and innovation. And I know you as type A personalities, professionals that want to go to the next level. That's what you're about: creativity and innovation. So in order to be our best and operate at peak performance, we need to have practices. You always hear mindset YouTubers or TikTokers talking about, well, what's your morning ritual? What's your evening ritual? What do you do? Basically, and you know this from reading the book Atomic Habits, we need to have regular habits that we do to realign ourselves for success. So I divided them into the 5 pillars of our life: spiritual realignment. And look, you can customize this to your own. These were mine, that my practices: reading, a spiritual journal, journaling, writing for 3 pages, just like in the artist way. I would meditate for like 11 minutes in the morning. I would pray whatever time, whatever amount of time I felt called. I would visualize my outcome for the day, like I told you to do. And then I would say some sort of affirmations, like everything is always working out for me. And what I did was I gamified it. So if I did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like if I did it 4 out of 7 days a week, I would get to cash out my Amazon cart. You guys ever have stuff that you put in your Amazon cart? Or maybe you have some items on your Amazon wish list. So I would determine, okay, well, I was very great at following through and being in integrity with my soul, because it's about being in integrity with your soul. When you're out of alignment, you feel off. You feel stressed. You feel burned out. You feel sick. You feel angry. You feel anxiety. You feel frustrated. All of these things, right? But the wonderful thing that we've been talking about throughout this challenge is you have the power of choice to realign, to change things. You can't change external things, right? Conditions, circumstances, but you can change your internal, the way you process, the way you deal with things, right? So I started doing this on a regular basis, and all of a sudden, I felt more peace. All of a sudden, I had more patience. All of a sudden, I had more clarity. I was getting divine downloads. All of a sudden, I felt an overall harmony, and it was just super cool. And so I started writing down all the benefits I'm getting, and the benefits outweighed any resistance, any hesitation to doing this. Because once you get started and make it a habit, and in the book, Atomic Habits, they say, make it easy, right? So I didn't say I was going to spend an hour and wake up at 5 a.m. I said, okay, I'm going to spend 22 minutes and I'm going to do it at 7:30 in the morning before 8. All of this is going to be done. And that's, for some of you, very late. For me, for someone that works till 8 p.m., that's very early. So for me, it's very, very early. So because, I'm working on a different schedule than most of you because I teach at night. So I have a different kind of a swing shift. So anyway, I started noticing all the benefits of my practice. I think the best benefit was my creativity came back. I was able to create so many things like AI curriculums and speaking programs and, you know, um, AI program for public speaking, an AI program for small businesses. I created a public speaking program to elevate your public speaking business. I created a marketing your speaking program. I just, all of a sudden, my mojo came back. And it was because the spiritual realignment had emptied my recycle bin. So I had the capacity to be able to create and be innovative. Does that make sense to you? And yours might be totally different. So you can take this journal and write your rituals right there. So maybe your ritual is walking in nature. Maybe your ritual is reading the Bible or the Torah or the Quran or whatever you read, right? Or maybe a poetry book. I don't know. Maybe your spiritual realignment is lighting a candle. Maybe your spiritual alignment is doing a sound bath. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's what works for you. And you don't have to do 5 different things. Maybe you do one thing that every day you just get up and pray, and you make that a ritual for 3 days a week, and then 4 days a week, and then 5 days a week. And then if you choose to, 7 days a week. You have to set this up so that it works for you. And by the way, in the new year, we're going to do a 5-day challenge for goal setting. And we're going to be doing this together. Isn't that cool? So then there's emotional, which we won't talk about right now. There's mental, which we won't talk about right now. There's physical. So let's talk about the physical, because this sheet right here enabled me since December to release 20 freaking pounds. Oh my God. That is crazy. I am shocked because I'm a woman of a particular age. I don't know about you. I'm like J-Lo, Salma Hayek age. Hi, Ashley. I know, F that guy, right? Anyway, excuse our language. So I was able to release 20 pounds. I have 6 to 8 more to go. We'll see what will happen. But I followed these protocol. And this was a protocol. Nobody told me this protocol. I made this protocol for myself, right? I'm like, I know people talk about walking 10,000 steps. I can't do it. Maximum I can do is 8,000 steps. And I walk my dog 3 times a day. So that's my limit. right now, I'm going to be happy for it. Because what we do as adrenaline addicts, Ashley and Rose and everybody that's listening, is we often beat ourselves up because we're not doing the perfect standard. I did research on the 10K, and do you know where the 10K number came from? There was a Japanese product and their marketing strategy was something 10K, and that's where they arbitrarily came up with the 10,000 steps. 7 to 8K, according to many physical fitness instructors, is adequate. So my trainer right now is like 7 to 8K is fine a day. You don't have to kill yourself to do 10. I'm already walking 90 minutes a day, which is giving me 7 to 8K. Maybe I need longer legs. Then I could do 10K. I have little legs because I'm only 5 feet. Ashley, I hope you're cracking up. Weight training. I have said I wanted to do weight training for probably 15 years. I'm like, oh, I really should do that. But there's a difference in saying you really should do something and making a commitment to realign for success. So when I had this journal, I had it in front of me and I literally would put this on my refrigerator. And I have a saying, schedule in your calendar, see it in your life. So I didn't just put weight train 3 times a week. I said, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 12 to 1. If I'm busy one of those 3 days, I'm going to pick another day, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So it didn't matter what 3 times. If you have a busy week, you pick another time, right? So you just schedule it wherever you can. And the key is consistency, because when you're consistent, guess what? You see results. I did try dancing. Unfortunately, my knee wasn't working with me with samba. Um, Yoga, I did a little bit of paddleboarding yoga in Greece over the summer. Do a little bit of Pilates when I can on Sunday mornings or Wednesday afternoons. And the biggest thing for me, because who knew 80% of weight loss is not the exercise, it's the food. So I started tracking every single thing I put in my mouth. So that was, for me, a huge game changer because I was eating too much, really too much. And then what I focused on, which really helped me with this particular thing, because the more physically fit you are, the better energy level you're going to have to go for your goals. And remember, the reason I'm helping you to overcome burnout and stress is because I believe that you, Ashley, you, Rose, everyone that's listening, you have a soul's contract. You have a life purpose. And my life purpose is to support you to achieve that. And I want you to achieve that with ease and grace. And so having the vitality, the energy, the mobility is so important for you to achieve your goals, I believe. So, in my opinion, it could be wrong. So, unlike a diet, which I've never been successful on I think my first diet was at 8 years old with my mom at Weight Watchers, and I've been on millions of diets, every diet possible, keto, brown rice diet, water, master cleanse diet, vegan diet, vegetarian diet, every diet. What was different with this is it's not a diet. It's a forever lifestyle change. So it has to be sustainable. So I'm not like losing 2 pounds a week, which some of my friends are on different weight loss drugs, and I'm not mad at them. For me, that wouldn't be sustainable because I couldn't keep up with it because I would be eating so little. And once I got off the drug, I would be off. So to me, I thought about it. I wanted to do it. I was like, still. And I literally was about to go to this place near my gym that said, oh, we just started carrying Ozempic. And I'm like, literally sign me up. And I remember the nurse asked me, she said, how much weight do you have to lose? And at that time I had 10 pounds. She's like, it's not worth it. Just go to the gym. So I decided the money I was going to spend on Ozempic, I was going to invest in a trainer. And so I did. I invested the same exact money that I was going to spend on Ozempic with a trainer. And that enabled me to learn how to eat and also to learn how to weight lift, which I did not know how to do. And now I can do it by myself without a trainer. But the thing that I focus on, the game changer, is what I want to tell you, because its mindset is instead of focusing on what I was taking away, because that's what die. So much about mindset is words. So who wants to die? Nobody wants to die. You want to live. You want to live it. So I was like, instead of focusing on what I'm taking away, what I can't eat, all the diets where they say you can't eat this, and that. Let me focus on what I get more of. So I was like, okay, you get more water, you get more protein, like almost like not double, but I definitely highly increased my level of protein. I get more fiber, which I never did because when I was on keto, I actually stopped eating apples. So now I'm eating apples and lentils and blackberries and blueberries and more spinach and more broccoli. I'm actually eating more volume of food than I was before, right? So focusing on what I'm eating more of. And then the other list, the let go list, was not what I was eradicating forever, because trust me, it was my birthday and we had 10 days of partying for my birthday. And it's still my stepmom and my mom's birthday, Scorpio season. So we're still partying, right? And that means a little bit of cake, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And everything is fine in moderation. 80-20 rule. 80% of the time we're on track. 20% we're a little off. We may not lose, but we'll maintain. That's why it's slow and steady wins the race. So isn't this cool? So this was just so helpful. And then you can make your own right here, right? So DM me if you're interested in getting this journal. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk about the financial alignment. So I don't want to even talk about it. So those of you that are on live, any questions about that Realign for Success? Isn't that cool? Yeah. So I found that when I focused on spiritual and physical, that the others, mental and emotional, change. Because guess what happens when you work out? Your dopamine increases, your endorphins increase, your serotonin increases. So much of anxiety, depression, a lot of my mental, emotional issues were resolved when I focused on the spiritual and the physical. Does that make sense? Because so much of our mental and emotional stress comes from the fact we're supposed to talk about relationships today, but it's really about our relationship with self, right? Because when we're off track emotionally, mentally, it's because we're not taking time for extreme self-care with ourselves. How I recovered from my breakup was extreme self-care. I was like, okay, well, before I wasn't as mindful of how I treat myself. And now I'm going to treat myself like a queen. I'm going to do this and this and this, all this self-loving thing. Self-loving is eating foods from the earth, unprocessing my diet. No more foods that come from a box or a bag. If it comes from the earth in the ground, I'm eating it. Sweet potato, apple, broccoli, yummy, all this yummy stuff, right? So what do you guys think? It's cool, right? So cool. And I can't tell you how much more confident I am, like moving differently, having this different body, right? That I haven't been at this particular weight that I am now since maybe my 30s or 20s. I don't know, a long time ago. Long time. So it's so comfortable now. I'm comfortable in my skin, and when you're comfortable in your skin, guess what? You can go for it in your career. You can go for it in your business. You can go for it in any area of your life. So doing the extreme love, the extreme self-care, and realigning for success really helps with that. That's why I was, wanting everyone to, stop burnout with the Confessions book. And then the Realign for Success journal is going to really help with that. And one of the things with that journal is it comes with video coaching for me. So where I teach you when you get the journal, each section, how to do it. I facilitate it. So it's like a coach in a journal, right? So I'll DM you. Anybody that's interested, you guys can actually DM me, or you can just email me. I'll put my email in the chat, or text me and I will give you that information. And if you're already registered for the Overcoming Burnout Challenge, you'll get an automatic email to get that. So tomorrow, what we're going to focus on our final day is our financial stress. Because I have to tell you a secret. I think I told you I got into this doctoral program, right? And I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I got in. And then I was like, uh-oh, I got in. How am I going to pay for this? Right. So then the little stress started coming up. And then I remembered I was teaching this. And so I started practicing all of the principles that I'm going to share with you tomorrow to realign for me. And guess what? the money starts showing up. So we're going to talk about that, because say you didn't have challenges with your body and you were physically at your fittest. Say you were spiritually connected and at inner peace. Financially, you're in the overflow. All the stress in the world kind of diminishes, right? Because you know you're good. You know you're connected. You know you're good in your body. You know that you're good in your bank account. The other stuff in the world, you're going to deal with it, right? You're like, okay, this too shall pass. This will pass. This, everything always works out for me. But we can't control that. Things are going on in our world and we can only do so much. What we need to focus on is what we can control. Remember, we talked the other day, our locus of control. When your locus of control is internal, you're in your power. You're in your power. Okay. So I talked a lot, but now we got to do a process, right? Right. Okay. So anything you want to say or add, feel free to comment before I start our process. Yeah. So isn't this cool? By the way, you dedicated people that are here live every day. When you email me, I'm going to give you a copy of the presentation as well, just so you can have it, because I want to make sure that you have it. Okay. Cool. Tomorrow's our final day, and we're going live at 5 Friday. Okay. Happy hour. Bring your organic drink. I'm drinking ginger turmeric delicious tea. Okay. So what we're going to do now is a wonderful process just to allow us to put ourselves at the top of the priority list, guilt-free. Okay. Because self-care, extreme self-care is not selfish. Where did I learn that from? Cheryl Richardson. Look her up if you haven't read it. She, to me, is the queen goddess, Hay House of extreme self-care. She wrote so many books about balance and burnout and this and that. And that's kind of like her specialty. So I love her books. She really helped me, her and Louise Hay. Okay, so let's take a moment and turn within. Once again, if you're not driving, close your eyes. Ooh, just notice any tension in your back. Mine is from lifting heavy weights. And your shoulders. And just allow yourself just to be still. There's nowhere you need to go. There's nothing you need to do. I am leading and guiding you and facilitating this process. For once, you get to just be a human being, no longer operating as a human doing, just being right here and right now in your place of power in the now. Just settling in your chair or your couch, wherever you're sitting, and just being present, being still, being open, being receptive, being available. And what I want you to do is I want you to picture a scene. Maybe it's your ideal vacation. Maybe a tropical Caribbean island, somewhere warm, clear skies, sun, warm water, tropical plants, or whatever it is. Maybe it's the mountains and it's green everywhere from all the lush, beautiful rain. Whatever is your happy place, I want you to visualize yourself on a virtual vacation. Because as we said before, the brain doesn't know the difference between actualization and visualization. So you're going to imagine yourself right here, right now, on this wonderful vacation. And why are you on this wonderful vacation? Because you have prioritized yourself. It's 2025. And you have invested the time and the energy in your spiritual practices and taking time to ground and anchor in whatever makes you feel connected to a power greater than yourself, whether that's journaling or praying or affirming. And it's just so easily and effortlessly scheduled into your 2025. It wasn't something you had to do. It was something you got to do. It was a blisscipline, not a discipline, but a blisscipline. It was a bliss to sit still and to be, or to take that nature walk, or to write that gratitude list, or to write free flow in your journal, 3 pages, like the artist way, whatever it is. You're so proud of yourself that you took the time to prioritize yourself first. In fact, in looking back at 2025 from the end of the year, you see your calendar, and in lavender color code, everything that was for prioritizing yourself was there. And it's just lavender all over the place, whether it's your scheduled exercise, scheduled white space with nothing, just to be available for the unexpected possibilities. I talk about this in the Confessions book. Or if it's your sacred meditation time, your sacred walking outside vitamin D time, it just is all there. And it wasn't that you had more time in the day. It's just that you knew, and you know now, that you are worth it. And you see the benefits of the overflow of money in your bank account, the benefits of the overflow of health and vitality in your sacred body temple. All your vitals are strong. Everything is in its optimal range. And just when it comes to your mind, your mental, emotional capacity, there's peace, there's groundedness, there's clarity, there's creativity. You're aligned. And it is just so good to be back in this flow. You felt it before, being at your best, and it's so wonderful to feel it again. And to know that this gift of this vacation, this holiday trip, this December in this tropical island in 2025 is a result of all the inner work you've done. And in fact, you haven't even done more outer work. But guess what? When you look at your bank account, it's full and overflowing, knowing that your capacity has expanded, and therefore so has your ability to receive from known and unknown sources, from passive, active, residual, multiple streams of revenue. It's flowing and overflowing. And there is just a grace. There's just a joy. There is just a glee. There is just a bliss to feel like I'm good. I'm taken care of. And not only am I good, but I can be good for my family. I could be good for my friends. I could be good because I'm in the overflow. I get to give back. And I have so much to give. And I am such a great receiver and a wonderful giver. Take a breath. And exhale out any resistance, any contraction. And breathe in this prosperity, abundance mindset, this peace and harmony. It's so good. It's so good just to be in this place of discipline, to be in this place of consistency, to be in this place of prioritizing your self-care. It's so good. So good. And just as we bask in the gratitude and just allow ourselves just to travel back from this tropical island in December 2025, back into the present, back into the now, feeling the world at our fingertips, knowing that when we invest the time and energy in ourselves, that everything else flows and overflows in all areas of our life. Spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, all realigned for success, back in care. And we are so grateful and thankful. And you can bring your hands to your heart and just take a moment just to bask in the gratitude that we're proactively grateful or retroactively grateful, however you perceive it. And now when you're ready, you can stretch out, opening your eyes, feeling so peaceful and aligned. Good. Good job. Excellent. Really good. Is that nice? Ooh, I don't know where you were. I was in, I think Tahiti or Bali, Fiji. I don't know. Somewhere in that range. It was Polynesian. I know that. It was really, really nice. Should get a Polynesian background for tomorrow for financial flow. You guys feel good? You with me? You back? All right. So, before we wrap up for the day, I don't even want to do any announcements. I just want to leave you in this blissful state. We'll do announcements tomorrow, okay? If for some reason you can't make it tomorrow, the replay will be up on Facebook, on LinkedIn. There's also a replay up. It'll be up until Sunday at deborahderas.com. Click Overcoming Burnout Challenge. After Sunday, it will be gone. But if you are upgrading to the VIP, you will get it. Let me just share with you the slide, the VIP upgrade, which basically gives you everything that we talked about. The book, the journal, the Realign for Success journal, the audio, video, and transcripts. You get it all. Originally, I put it for $97, but I lowered the price to $47. I don't know why. Much to my business coach, she's like, why are you always discounting everything? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to. If you're interested, just text me 310-945-5651, the keyword burnout, and I'll give you the link. And then on Monday, you'll get a Google Drive with everything in it. You'll get a digital copy of my book, digital copy of the journal that you can print out. You'll get the audios and the videos and the transcripts of the full 5 days, and which, by the way, is going to be for sale on my website for much more, like $250. So this is a total deal for $47. So take advantage of it. All right. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. It's going to be sad. Tomorrow's our last day, but I'm going to do another 5-day challenge the beginning of January. It'll be on goal achievement. And that'll be fun. We'll do every day and we'll set goals and we'll do mini workshops. And I start my doctoral program in January. So it's going to be full of excitement. Cool. By the way, I'm teaching now at Santa Barbara City College, and I'm teaching a stress management course, and it's free and open to the public, and it's an 8-hour course. So if you want to take the full 8-hour course, is it 8 hours? Maybe it's 7.5. You're welcome. Oh, great to see you again, Susan. That free stress management course, it's Friday, December 14th. Make sure you're on my email list, Overcoming Burnout Challenge. I'll email you the link. It's a full free course and you get credit too. So you can't lose, and it'll be really cool. It's online, so you don't have to go to Santa Barbara. In fact, everything I do at Santa Barbara City College is going to be free, and I'm going to invite you. Isn't that cool? I love it. I love being a professor. Okay. And it's going to be very interactive and experiential like this, just more of it and cool, fun information. All right. Thanks so much for coming. I love seeing my regulars. Thanks, Rose. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Susan. I know Michelle's here. Leonore's here. We had Cynthia here. And I don't know where all the men have been this week. Did I say something wrong that all the men are gone? It's okay. We're good. Less stress. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Take care. Bye for now. See ya. Are you feeling burnt out at work, with family, or community obligations? Does the idea of the elections and the aftermath, the holidays, or maybe just the stress of caregiving for your kids, adult parents, and still finding time to take care of yourself? Well, I have great news. I've created a Overcoming Burnout free 5-day challenge. This is an online training just for you. So save the date. It is November 11th through November 15th, every day at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And in 45 minutes a day, I'm going to personally coach you the 5 pillars of life: spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, and financial. That's going to help you reduce stress and learn how to create success the ease and grace way. This will be an experiential training, so you're going to experience real-time processes where I help you de-stress right on the spot. Plus, Those of you that sign up for the VIP may have a chance to have one-on-one spot coaching sessions. There's going to be so much positive energy, so much synergy, and best of all, there's no cost to join. This transformational experience is free, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So make sure that you sign up now. The registration link is overcomingburnouchallenge.com. Just click on the link below, your name and email. You'll get all the information to be able to transform your life and realign for success just in time for the holidays so that you can feel empowered, calm, and on track. If you have any questions, you could always connect with me online. Just send me a DM on Facebook/Deborah Deras or email me deb@deborahderas.com. I really look forward to seeing you in this amazing transformational week. Remember, set your calendar, 11/11. Let's realign for success with the Overcoming Burnout Challenge.